This ain't fiction. This ain't theory. This is documented fact. A people robbed of everything and still they won't look back. Where history and reality converge into an ongoing condition. Yeah. Yeah. October 7th, 2023, the dam finally broke. Hamas breached the fence and all the world awoke. 1,200 Israelis killed, hostages were taken in, atrocities committed. Let that horror sink in, but context doesn't justify. It explains the road that led. 16 years of siege and occupation and blockade ahead. When people are in prison long enough, they break through walls. That's not endorsement, that's history repeating calls. But something wasn't adding up on that October day. The Shin Bet had the warnings, why'd they look away? Soldiers stood down, towers went dark, the fence unguarded stood. Intelligence ignored like somebody knew they would. Bibi needed chaos, corruption trials at his throat. A war would buy him time and keep him on the boat. The hostages became a bargaining chip left in the cold. Political survival, that's the story being told. Then came the response, the sky turned black above Gaza's strip. Netanyahu's human animal slipped from his lips. The most concentrated bombing in the history of modern war. Entire neighborhoods erased from north to south shore. 45,000 dead within a year and counting still. 70% of them were women and children. What's God's will? Al-Shifa hospital surrounded, patients left to die, journalists and aid workers targeted. Tell me why.
They said never again,
but the wounds still remain. Different names, same tears, different years, same pain. Olive trees still grow where the ashes were laid. Never again is a promise, not a phrase in vain. The scale of destruction has drawn global attention and debate. Legal institutions, governments, and people continue to respond. They block the food trucks, block the medicine, block the fuel. The UN called it famine, Israel called it a tool. Children dying not from bombs, but from an empty bowl. Malnutrition weaponized to break a people's soul. The ICJ opened proceedings, genocide reviewed. South Africa stood up and said what must be pursued. And now the Knesset pushes for a death penalty law for Palestinians convicted. Sharpen up their claw, two-tier justice codified in law upon the book. One standard for the settlers and one standard for the crook. The ethnic cleansing isn't subtle anymore, it's loud. Ben Gavin and Smotrich, speak it open, speak it proud. Voluntary immigration transfer is the word. A UN-defined crime and the whole world is heard.
They said never again,
but the wounds still remain. Different names, same tears, different years, same pain. Olive trees still grow where the ashes were laid. Never again is a promise, not a phrase in vain. Amid destruction, voices of resistance and remembrance persist. Across generations, identity and resilience continue to endure. But through every occupation, through every loss and grave, the Palestinian people carry something no one gave. So much steadfastness, a word that means to stay rooted like the olive tree through every brutal day. Edward Said wrote the narrative, Darwish wrote the poem. Raising al-Najjar treated wounds and made the field a home. Shot in a paramedic vest at the Gaza fence line. A nurse became a martyr, her crime, the urge to shine. The great march of return, unarmed they walked the wire. An Israeli sniper shot at knees. Democracy's fire, but something shifted globally. The students hit the streets from Colombia to Berlin, from Sydney to Beirut. The social media generation saw it raw and live. No filter on the bomb and no state narrative to give the BDS movement growing. Artists pulling out, ICC arrest warrants. The reckoning without doubt. From the Ottoman Empire to the present day, a people and a nation they tried to erase away. But the olive tree grows back no matter what they do. Palestine remembers, and the whole world is watching too. Palestine remembers, and the whole world is watching too.
They said never again,
but the wounds still remain. Different names, same tears, different years,
same pain.
Olive trees still grow where the ashes were laid.
Never again is a promise,
not a phrase in vain.
Never again,
not just words we say.
Never again,
while children fade away.
Never again,
if it means today, then never again has to start this way.